Hey, today I want to show you what personal trainer food looks like when you receive it. And I want to show you, tell you a little bit about my experience, then show you the packaging and how everything comes, and then also a couple of tips that I have. I also want to talk about my experience with personal trainer food, because this is not the first time that I've done personal trainer food. I did personal trainer food about 2 years ago, had great success with it. Lost about 15 pounds, I believe it was, something like that, in about a 45-day period. The personal trainer food, I'd like to talk about what it is and what it isn't. It's not really so restrictive of a diet. Some people don't like the idea that you can have as much meat as you want and that vegetables are unlimited. Some of the things in personal trainer food would run counter to people who are familiar with the Weight Watchers weight loss point system. Some of those things run a little bit counter to that. What I find is there is no sugar whatsoever allowed in personal trainer food. That's really tough at first, and you will go through a detox period. You'll get the DTs for, I'd say, depends on the person, but anywhere from 3 to 7 days. There's two other things that personal trainer food does not really emphasize as much as I feel that they should. But then again, I mean, they do tell you, so if you miss it or don't believe it or adhere to it, it's your problem, not theirs. But it's simply this, that you need to exercise for at least 30 minutes per day. It needs to be walking or some other, I would say something that maybe gets your heart rate up to maybe, say, 125 to 140 beats per minute. I believe that's what that is. You don't want to do like extreme running or biking. The problem with that is that you will lose muscle mass because you're not taking in enough protein and complex carbs to support muscle building. So this is a weight loss plan. This isn't necessarily a plan or something that you want to eat. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's not something you really want to eat if you're trying to build muscle mass, or if you're a serious workout buff or a heavy lifter or something like that. You need more calories than personal trainer food gives you. My plan and my reason for working the personal trainer food system is to, first of all, shed pounds, especially those last couple of difficult pounds. I don't consider myself obese or necessarily overweight, but I am heavier than what I like to be. So it's true that I could go for months, maybe even a year or so, of trying to lose this weight, or for me, I can go on personal trainer food, have a very focused, intense push towards dropping the pounds, and once they're off, then sustain it with working out and that kind of thing. You don't really do protein shakes and that kind of stuff on personal trainer food. It's not really geared towards any of that. So the other thing that you need to do is drink lots of water. They will tell you this if you read the fine print. You need to drink, I believe it's around 80 ounces of water per day, something like that. Maybe it's 85 ounces. I try to drink at least 100, but obviously that's a little more tough to do in the middle of winter when you're just drinking water for the sake of drinking water, as opposed to being in the heat or out inside and back outside, whatever. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I'm out here in my garage, and this is the box that just arrived a few minutes ago. I did crack it open, and then I decided to make a video, so it didn't come that way, certainly. It's about 48 pounds or 50 pounds, something like that. It's a pretty good sized box, so I don't know if my wife would be able to tote it. I suggest having somebody, you need to do a little preparation in advance. You need to have somebody available that can take this box and put the food away. As you can see, it does come with dry ice, but in my experience, the dry ice is mostly gone by the time it gets to you. So let's go ahead and open this up a little bit here. A couple of things right here on the top. I think this one is just your menu, and then there's a little brochure flyer or something there. I don't really feel like I need any of that. This is a nice styrofoam, very sturdy styrofoam cooler, if you will, that they send everything in. Probably reusable if you don't destroy it in the process. Nice heavy styrofoam thing here. So I like to, unfortunately I don't have it this time, but I like to have boxes on hand or totes or something to stick the food in. Unfortunately, one of the things that they don't do, and I don't think it would be that hard to accomplish, I think they could easily put dividers in this box and then put, like, you know, lunches or the main courses here, veggies here, and snacks here. But unfortunately, what they do is they throw it all together in a box. And so obviously it looks like snacks get packed last. So I'm just going to sort out some snacks here. That plastic probably sounds terrible on video. And these are some of the things, like, here's their, I'll just show you real quick. So these are like the meat sticks. I think you're allowed 2 of these per day, and if you look close, that's a 1 ounce package. So a lot of the stuff you can get yourself. That's not a problem. I mean, we can all buy string cheese in the store, right? But I will tell you, here's some other cheeses. I think you're allowed 2 of these per day. I really like the food. Almonds, you know, everything comes individually packed, which is great. So you're allowed, you know, I think you're allowed 1 of these per day. And if you see right there, it says half bag equals 1 serving. So, for example, this is a day's worth of snacks. Let's just dig through some of the rest of this. Well, I'm going to get these. Again, I ordered a bunch of these because, you know, I like this stuff. Call me crazy, but I like it. Here's the bag that the dry ice came in. It's pretty much all gone. I don't know, maybe there was another bag. Looks like there's another. Yeah, there's another bag, but it's all gone. All right, I'm going to sort some of this stuff out, and then I'll be back in a second. So you might call me crazy, but I'm back here, and I've got all the snacks pulled out of the box. There's a month's worth of snacks. And you are allowed, like, they do allow you, like, nuts and that kind of thing. I didn't see them on the menu. They used to have, wait, no, they don't. I don't think they have them right now, but, or maybe I just missed them. These are smoked almonds, and these are just roasted almonds. Sometimes I get the, shoot, I can't think of the name, but there's a brand that has what they call cocoa almonds or something like that. And if you read on the pack, like, they're really low in sugar, like there's almost no sugar. And on my last personal trainer food, I got the cocoa almonds, and I got to tell you, it's cocoa, which it doesn't have a lot of sugars and that kind of thing, but it somehow, I mean, it kind of makes you think that you're having sugar, and so those almonds really help me through some cravings. Not sure what I'm going to do here, but anyway, sunflower seeds. And here's the thing, guys, I have tried to buy this stuff on my own. This stuff is not cheap. I think I'm convinced. I haven't put a pencil to it, but I'm convinced that if you bought this stuff at the store, even if you bought it at Sam's Club or Costco or wherever they sell stuff like this in bulk, I'm convinced you would pay more than what you pay personal trainer food. But let's keep moving along here. So here's my freezer. I've cleaned out, my wife had stuff all over. I cleaned out the bottom half here, so I've got a full shelf, tray, another shelf, and another tray there that I'm going to put stuff in. I think that'll be more than enough space. They do tell you to clean out your cupboards, clean out your pantries, get rid of all the sugars and the sweets and that kind of thing. I certainly agree with that. However, my wife is unfortunately a sugar junkie, and getting her to get rid of that stuff is like pulling eye teeth. So unfortunately, I just have to deal with it. Okay, so I got all the snacks sorted and put away. I don't have any boxes, so I use these just grocery bags. And all I did was sort like meats and cheeses into one bag, and then put all the nuts over here in the other. By the way, I forgot to mention, I got some pistachios, if you can see those right there. Those are really good. So I'm going to get busy putting the rest of this stuff away. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished here in a second. So here's the breakfast food all sorted out. That's like an omelet with sausage. Here's a new thing they just started doing, is bacon. Bacon and an omelet. They have tons of different variations. I love eggs, and I get eggs all kind of ways. I know some of this stuff looks a little sketchy maybe in the package, but I mean, hey, it's frozen. Once you pop this in the microwave, I mean, it's good stuff. I really like it. I mean, yeah, just because it doesn't come in some flashy retail package doesn't mean that it's not good stuff. And they tell you right here, microwave in bag for 1.5 minutes. So this stuff is it's delicious, man. And here's the thing that I like is you go to the freezer, maybe you got up late on a weekend or something. That's a time when you're not really going to be quite on top of your game and you're going to eat something, you're going to reach for the wrong thing or eat something bad for you. Here's the food, it's in the package, it's ready to go. You grab this, throw it in the microwave. You're still groggy maybe. You eat it, you go on about your day, and you never deviated from your diet even though things weren't going quite your way. Great stuff, really like it. So now we're down to the vegetables, and thankfully they kind of pack this stuff in stages. Here's, I don't know let's see, what do they call this? This is a seasons mix, and it's mainly broccoli and cauliflower. Let's look at this one real quick. Package is cut off right there, it doesn't say. Nantucket blend. Looks great. I love broccoli and cauliflower. Here's what is it? Omaha blend. And it's like yellow green beans, or yellow beans and green beans, and looks like maybe even some pintos. I think this is a new one. Never seen that one before. And then there's stuff like this. It's just straight green beans. Zucchini, bag of zucchini. I saw something else down here. Cauliflower, squash, just lots of good stuff. Alright, so we're almost down to the final course. Wanted to show you this. This is a sauce. I think, by the way, you can have as much like butter and that kind of thing as you want on the personal trainer food plan. This is a vegetable sauce. For some reason I never used it the last 2 times, but I'm going to try it again this time. One other thing I will tell you is if you contact Personal Trainer Food, they can give you some resources of people that sell stuff like ketchup, barbecue sauce. There's a couple other things that we use every day that are full of salad dressings, for example. They will tell you where to buy them, and you can get these dressings that have like no sugar and that kind of thing in them. So they're really great. Here's a couple of the things that I got. This is a garlic and herb chicken. That's really good. These are like sausages. This is sausage. That's one variation. I think this is a different variation. Yeah, that's yet another. Here's some. Let's see what this is. Chicken, barbecue chicken chunks or something. I think it's pretty spicy, as I recall. But it's really, by the time you pair this up with like a veggie serving, which is pretty big, for lunch, this is a decent amount of food. I mean, you're not really gonna just go around hungry. You might the first couple of days, but once you get used to eating these meals and these portion sizes, it's okay. So I'm finished, and here's this great big bag. I ran out of like grocery size bags. Here's this great big bag full of food. Takes up all this space pretty much. I will say, if you're a picky eater and you're gonna try to pick through this bag every day of what you're trying, try to figure out what you want to eat, you're gonna have fun, because there's tons of stuff up in here. A couple of things I didn't show you were like the meatballs. That was one of the things. There's also stuff like this chicken that's already cut in strips, and there's another style of sausage. There's all kinds of stuff. So here we have 3 bags of veggies, just stuffed full and just packed to the brim. This is actually a trash bag, like a 13-gallon trash bag, and it was about 3/4 full. I stuffed it up in there. You have 2 full grocery bags of snacks, and you have this bag of breakfast This is all breakfast food. There's a couple things you will not find in personal trainer food. You won't find many carrots. If you see that right there, that's a rarity in personal trainer food. Carrots contain sugar, actually quite high in sugar, so you're not going to find any carrots, even though your mother probably taught you that carrot sticks were good for your eyes if your mother was like mine. Carrots are high in sugar. One other thing you don't find a lot of, we see it in the breakfast food here, but you don't find a lot of pork. Pork is fatty. They don't send fish for obvious reasons, that it could, contaminate some of the other food, because fish, is really strong. Let's see, there was something else I was going to mention. Oh, no fruits. We've all been taught that fruits are okay, fruits are good, but no fruits. So it's a great plan. I'm about to go inside here and make lunch, since I just got it and it's 12 o'clock. I'll show you what that looks like when I get finished. Alright, so here's my plate of food. I've got veggies, and this is a hamburger patty that's broken in half when it was frozen. So if you can see that there, it's a pretty good sized plate of food. I think this is like an 8 or 9 inch plate. So I put a little bit of butter sauce on it right there. You're not really supposed to use a lot of salt when you're on the personal trainer food plan. Salt is not good. So also that means that you're supposed to cut out sodas, especially non-diet sodas, and even diet sodas, because a lot of times they contain sodium. If you look like on a Diet Coke, it has sodium. So this is great, looking forward to it. And I got my bottle of water here. If you can see that, that's like a 50-ounce plastic bottle. Don't remember where I got it from, but I hung on to it. It just works nifty. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video, and hit me up if you have any questions.